For decades, black voters have been a key voting bloc within the Democratic Party. An overwhelming majority chose Democratic presidential candidates in the past. But a new movement of African Americans leaving is called Blexit, and they are leaving the party. Danielle Robinson is state director for Blexit, North Carolina. She joins me now to explain more about this movement. So, Blexit, what is that?
So many of us know Blexit from Candace Owens, and we have Pierre Wilson, who is the founder of the chapter concept, of which I'm the state director of North Carolina. Blexit originally started as the Black exit from the Democratic Party, but it's developed into something much bigger. It is now something of much more service to the Black community and the Christian community, which is standing up against social pressures to inform and also be the wake-up call about voting our values.
Yeah, you know, Danielle, you know this as much as anybody else. Previous elections have been all of this. A lot of predictions about there could be this movement, as you mentioned, away from the Democratic Party. It hasn't happened thus far. Is this year different?
This year is different because every year we've needed to do it. Every year the Black community has needed to discuss, are we seeing the changes that we're looking to see in our community? And if not, what's the alternative course? So this year is going to be different because there's a group of us that are young and African American that are stepping up and saying, hey, we need to start questioning what's going on and looking at how we analyze campaigns and candidates better to make better decisions for ourselves and our community and for those of us who are Christian.
Yeah, I'm curious, you know this, that the majority of some of the largest cities in our country are run by Democratic leaders. Are folks beginning to ask within these communities, is there a different alternative, a viable alternative to the Democratic Party?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're beginning to ask, but a group of us, such as those that are in Blexit, our chapters are popping up, Tennessee, North Carolina, Texas. We're asking the question. We're saying, hey, we need to be asking. And it's asking our community those questions that are starting to get people to think, you know what, things have not changed. It's not what we want. And it's not the direction that we want for our community. And our children.
Yeah, the president likes to tout quite often that black unemployment under his administration is at historic low. Does that factor into the polls in terms of support maybe growing for him this time around? So
when you look at the polls, there is some growth. Yeah. But when you look at the maybe overwhelming growth or that may have been expected for what he's done, well, I will say the Black community, we're still a little bit suspect. We're still a little bit trying to determine, okay, even though we've seen these gains in our community and they're undeniable, does that mean that it's safe to begin being open to another way of voting, another way of analyzing candidates and analyzing what side, whether it's red or blue, liberal or conservative? We're still trying to work through that. And as Blake said, that's what we're doing. We're having the conversations in communities. We're looking to have the conversations in churches. We're looking to say, hey, this is the time that we sort this out.
Yeah. As you have been having this conversation in these various venues, are you getting any backlash personally for standing up and going against the stream? All the fish are going in one direction. Folks are going in another direction. Some are. Are you facing any backlash?
Yeah, there's a lot of backlash. I mean, I have seen where, on my Facebook, people have put, dancing coons, and we've got other people that are part of our chapters that have stories as well. Sometimes the holidays were very difficult for us. Most of the backlash has been people trying to even understand why we're attempting this. And once we kind of partner with them, that it's a good question to ask, and it's a good, that's the inroads that we're making, because at the end of the day, every community, every value that you have, you want to see that advanced. And when it's not advancing, that's where we're saying, hey, you see this? Let's talk about it. And what do we do about it?
Yeah, real quickly, 30 seconds. Is this going to be a public movement, or is this something that's going to happen quietly?
Well, it's not going to happen quietly, because right now, if you look at where we're at politically, it's time to be making noise, and the noise for change is now. And Blexit, we have full plans. If you even look at our leader, Candace, we have full plans to grow and to have the conversation and to be vocal about it and kind of encourage others as well.
Okay, terrific. Danielle, thank you so much for your insights on it. She is with the group Blexit out of North Carolina. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Well, folks, for more political news and analysis, be sure to catch Faith Nation this evening. As always, you can watch it right here on the CBN News channel.